Well, my daughter was there for me during my whole situation, and she was going through her things, and so that helped me, and it helped her. So we did good. And then my son was there, and after I went through all my things, he would sleep at the bottom on the floor. Said, I'm gonna be here for you. And then when I lost all of my hair, he cut off all of his. He said, as long as you're bald, I'll be bald too. But you know what? When I went through mine, I didn't even worry about the bald headness. I didn't go buy a wig. I sat on the front porch with my bald head shining. But people would walk by, you okay? Oh, I'm doing fine. It didn't bother me because it was nothing that I asked for. It happened. I dealt with it. But it was good. So my daughter and my son, they were really a great help to me.
And for me, I know it was my mom and my husband. Because when I told my mom that, I wanted to go ahead and have the procedure done for preventative care, and she was just with me. She was with me. She prayed for me, and she stood by my decision. And then my husband was there to support me because I wanted to put it out for a year. And he told me, like, no, you just go ahead and get this done now. It's on your mind, it's weighing heavy on you. And you're going to get it done eventually, so why not now?
If I put it off.
Yeah, so he was there. He was really my rock.
In my family, I lived in another city, so I lived in the D.C. area, and my family were all in Cleveland, but my mom and my sister and my daughter, they always came for when I was having chemo and any treatments that I had. And even Michael, even in the job that he had that was really responsible, he took every day off to go with me to chemo and to go with me with my treatments. We were also, he and I were in New York, and it's when it's hot in New York, it's hot. Mm-hmm. So I had a wig on, and I came back and I told him, I cannot take this. So in the hotel, he said, okay, let's just cut it all off. So that's what he did. He shaved my hair off. And after that, that's the way I looked. I had earrings on and makeup on, and that was my look. And I can't say that I wasn't concerned about losing my hair, but I can say that God brought me through that and made me proud that I was a bald-headed lady.
I know that's right. Yeah.
I know I have an older sister, and when I completed my genetic testing, I told her, I said, you should get it done too. And when she told me, she was like, Tammy, I'm going to do it. She said, because if I know the results, I can't say that I would, go through the same procedure that you're going through. And then knowing, then I would have to live with it. And that was really hard for me, for her to say that, she didn't want to take a stand. I just felt like she didn't want to take a stand for her life. And I kind of explained to her, I said, well, hey, I got children that I have to live for, and I got a husband, so, and that's the reason I chose to do what I did. But I kind of felt indifferent, And she supported me, but I felt like, I guess I wanted to see her go through this with me, and I didn't get that from her. But she was there for me, but I wanted us to do it together.
And fortunately, I didn't have the Rockbridge gene. But there was also a test that my doctor had suggested, if we wanted to, that my daughter could take that particular test. But to this day, Dawn said that, I really don't want to know. You don't have the BRCA gene, so I'm not going to worry about it. And it did, it aggravated me a little bit, being the mama that I am, But, she's fine, and everyone has to do what each individual has to do. We can't all, just because I did, so that's the way people handle it. Sometimes when they hear the C word, they just get petrified. Your family members, at one time cancer was always a death sentence. And then you learn that there is life after cancer.
Absolutely. But then you have family members that don't understand and don't want to talk about it and just leave me out of it. And I come to realize, just you be you and let them be them, and things will work out just fine. I don't harp on what I had, because I'm still here. God loves me. I'm still here. And anytime someone asks me, like at my job, a lady friend of mine, her cousin had cancer, and she wanted to know what should she do. I said, well, give her my number. If she wants to talk, we can talk. I can't say what happened to me, but never think of it as a death sentence, because I am still here and I'm fat and fine. You can live on, that's for sure. No, it's good.
Yeah, because I guess for my sister, you're right. I had to decide. You're right. She has to do what's right for her, and I had to do what's right for me. And so, we still love each other, but at that time, in my heart, I just couldn't understand. But
I just live day by day. I just keep going, and I don't try to worry about what was. I just look ahead, and things gonna get better, and hopefully I'll find a cure for cancer, and nobody be worried about, I got the big C and this the end, because it's not always the end, and you have to keep a strong mind and just believe that it's all gonna work out.
I think it also enhanced my prayer life. I pray a lot more. I depend on God a lot more. Sometimes, I've had it twice, so sometimes I will worry. Is when I get an ache, a pain or something, now has it gone to my bones, or I'll go to the doctor and my tumor markers are more high at the time, and then of course I had to wait a month and then have tumor markers taken again. So there's always kind of that fear, but I find that I have to turn it over to them.
Yeah, you always get that, because like now with this lung problem, and they taking the x-rays and CAT scans. Well, since you had cancer before, you have to be tested in 6 more months to make sure it hasn't spread to your lung. I said, okay, I can do that. I can't worry about what I don't know. I take it one day at a time. Can't sit back, oh God, 6 more months. What's gonna happen then? Because I did that once, left out of an x-ray and busted up crying, but then it was okay. So right. I cannot think the worst. I have to say, no, think positive, just keep going.
And for me, just recently, how you go in for your annual checkup. You still have to go in annually. And I went in about a month or 2 ago, and my doctor was like, have you completed a breast exam lately? And in my back of my mind, I'm like, why would I need to, why would I need to do a breast exam, And I asked her, I said, do you feel something? She's like, yes. And I was like, oh no. And so, and I wasn't worried about it. She told me she felt something, and I did my exam and I felt the same thing she did. So like within a week, I was scheduled for an ultrasound.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in, I went by myself to the ultrasound. I told my husband, like, oh, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to go with me, because at that point, I kind of felt, I had prayed about it, and I was confident that what she was feeling was not going to be anything major. And they completed my ultrasound, and the nurse came back. She said, "Oh, the pathologist said it looks like just a little cyst." I'm like, "Oh, okay, good." I wasn't expecting anything anyway, but thank you. And my doctor called, and she was like, "Tangi, you're good, and we'll see you again in another year." And so, and for me, you just feel, you do have those little moments, but I just live life, I live for myself, I live for my kids, and I really do. I take one day at a time, one day at a time. I know recently, one of my coworkers, she mentioned to me, she was like, Tangi, last year this time, you was not here. And in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, you're right. And I didn't, sometimes you kind of just, you put things in your subconscious, you don't think about it, and I honestly, I wasn't thinking about it, and I guess, I don't know if it was a part of my life that I didn't want to talk about, or I didn't want to think about, or did I really, honestly, did I just forget? I don't know. And so, but yeah, co-workers kind of bring it up, because I was off work for a while. And then when October comes around, it all comes back forefront. Yes.
That co-worker said, "I can't believe you done been through cancer." I said, "Well, but you look fine." Like, I am fine. I mean, that was back then. I try not to harp on what was. It's over. I'm still here, and I just thank God that I made it. I think I've been the same. I mean, I pray more often now, and every day and every morning, and I actually send prayers out every morning too. Because you never know, that prayer is going to help somebody. Because I do get people at work saying, "I got that prayer, and I need that this morning." But I think I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
It is. Sometimes, after I went through my experience, for example, I had a parent to email me and explaining to me the reason her child might be acting out. And her reason was because she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. And so, I had just returned to school, and I just finished my last round of surgery. And so I was like, okay, Tangi, that's all on you, So I picked up my phone that evening. I didn't even respond to her email. I picked up my phone that evening, and I think I had maybe an hour or more conversation with her, explaining to her what I had went through. And I mean, it wasn't even about her child anymore. It was about our personal experiences and what she was about to go through and what I just had went through. So for me, I guess I could say I'm the same person, but this experience has helped me to help other people, give them some words of encouragement, and so, I mean, after the end of our conversation, I prayed for her, and I have continued to pray for her throughout her experiences, because she was diagnosed, but she didn't know if she had to undergo chemo or not. And after coming out, she did not have to. So both of us, we went through the exact same procedures. So, but I'm the same person, but I guess my walk has helped other people. And that's what I want to continue to do.
Yeah, I found the same thing, that, well, one thing, God places you around people at the right time. So there have been many times that, no one knows that I had cancer, and someone may be there and say, oh, I just found out that, I've got cancer. And then, we would get into the conversation, and I would share with them that I had it. And I use it as a way of lifting up other women. And that's how God has blessed me with the cancer. Because as I tell people, cancer is not something that I would want. But the tool in which He has given me to bless other people, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And I have a girlfriend, Rita, and she'll, like now, she went through it with me, and now she would say, girl, I can't even tell you even ever had cancer. It's almost like it's something that never happened.
So for me, if you know that you have a family history of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, or prostate cancer, I suggest that you take the genetic testing and know your status. Know your status, because knowing whether or not you have the BRCA gene can save your life.
Also, make sure you examine your breast. Do self-examinations, because my mammogram did not show my cancer. So make sure you do self-examinations.
And they found mine with the mammogram, but you get so many stories about how, oh, I'm not going to do that. Be sure and go get your mammograms done. I have a sister-in-law right now that's going through chemo and radiation just because she never went to have a mammogram. They are very helpful. They may not show this year, but something may show the following year. And that's how mine was found. So never, ever stop going to get your mammogram.